Hi, I'm Adam Erchai, and I'll be reading for Selvig and Darcy.
I'm Tarrah and I'm reading for Jane.
Whenever you're ready.
Hurry! Oh, watch your head.
Thanks. So, what's this anomaly of yours supposed to look like?
It's a little different each time. Once it looked like, I don't know, melted stars pooling in the corner of the sky. But last week it was a rolling rainbow ribbon.
Racing round Orion. I've always said you should have been a poet.
Hey, Darcy, pass the bubbly in my gloves, will you? Not until you see it.
I recognize those. Think how proud he'd be to see you now.
Thank you.
For what?
For the benefit of the doubt. It's never taken this long before.
Can I turn on the radio?
Sure, if you like rocking out to KRFM, all agriculture, all the time. The anomalies are always precipitated by a geomagnetic storms. The last 17 occurrences have been predictable to the minute. I don't understand.
Jane?
Shh. There's got to be some new variable or an equipment malfunction.
I don't think there's anything wrong with your equipment.
Hurry. Ooh, watch your head.
Thanks. So, what's this anomaly of yours supposed to look like?
It looked a little different each time. Once it looked like, I don't know, pooling melted stars. But last week it was like a rolling rainbow ribbon.
Racing round Orion. I've always said you should have been a poet.
Hey, Darcy, pass up the bubbly in my gloves, will you? Not until you see it.
I recognize those. Think how proud he'd be to see you now.
Thank you.
For what?
Benefit of the doubt. It's never taken this long before.
Can I turn on the radio?
Sure, if you like rocking out to KFRM, all agriculture, all the time. Anomalies are always precipitated by geomagnetic storms. The last 17 occurrences have been predictable to the minute. I don't understand.
Jane?
There's got to be some new variable or the equipment malfunction.
Don't think there's anything wrong with your equipment.
And cut. Okay. Really nice adjustment. I liked her that you took that beat between thanks, for, basically believing in her and the benefit of the doubt. Adam, when you sat back down on the bed, your knee was like an alien creature. So,
Oh, my bad. I couldn't
it's like, was framing, I'm saying, is that a hairy alien? Because what is that? And then I realized it was your bent knee. I said, okay. So
I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of like.
Just make sure that you know what your framing is. Obviously, if you self-taped, you'd be able to edit it out or you'd crop or something. But anyway, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. I almost started to laugh, but I was on mute. So
I had to close my door because my dog walked in.
AI has manifested something. It's a creature. It has a red fringe and yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to do another exercise now, and I'm going to grab Owen and science and all that. When did that start for you?
My answering is both.
You're
Sorry.
well. Answer to Selvig.
Okay, I was going to say I can do Selvig because he's more in the
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. Answer to Selvig.
Well, I'd say I really got interested in it and around near the end of elementary school during those science classes, learning about constellation. I would say I was always a curious kid, a little bit of a bookworm. Just found constellations just absolutely fascinating.
And what's your greatest childhood memory in relation to science?
I think every kid had a great time at space camp.
And do you believe that there are other universes out there, other civilizations out there in space?
Potentially, considering what we've seen already, with anomalies in science being out there. We've even heard some radio wanks and some certain anomalies that we have yet to explain.
Is there an element in terms of your funding? I know that I'm not sure if you got some funding from the government. Are you ever concerned that any scientific discovery that you make may be taken away from you by the government and now they're going to use it and weaponize it?
That's always a fear, with impending governments and, them always having their plans. But hopefully, for the sake of man, they always choose to do what's best for the greater good and the betterment of the scientific community. As someone who's a member of that, I will do what I must to be able to protect these discoveries.
What's your greatest fear?
Ooh, my greatest fear. Just not getting to keep learning and find out more about what this universe contains and what these anomalies could be.
And how do you want to be remembered?
As someone who aided in the research of astronomical sciences, as someone who helped support that journey and that goal.
Thank you very much. Jane, when did you start? When were you interested? When did you, how old were you when you were first interested in science?
I've been interested for as long as I can remember. I grew up in the desert, so the sky is very clear at nighttime, and I just remember looking up at the stars when I was little and just wondering how everything works and how small we were, and just fell in love with it.
And where do you see, how is science going to change, do you think, in the next 10 years? What do you foresee?
Well, it depends if these bridges or star, I don't know what they're called exactly. It depends if this Einstein-Rosen bridges thing is actually something that exists. It's like it could change our whole reality, really, if there are other dimensions or if there are portals to other dimensions and other worlds that we could get to. It could change everything, really.
Do you think those other worlds may have technology that's more advanced than what we have?
Oh, definitely. They might be able to contact us or come to us before we were able to go to them,
What's your greatest fear?
Probably the same thing. Like we could end up being victims, or we could be under attack from some of these people. We don't know what their intents are, really. So that could be quite dangerous.
And how do you want to be remembered?
I would love to be remembered just by a great scientist and maybe somebody who discovered something that hadn't been discovered before. I'd love to be able to prove myself right for some of my concepts.
Thank you very much.